Hello, Tamers, welcome to another episode with me, Agito Swiftly. So this is sneak peek, I think 14, I could be wrong if it is, so I do apologise. Got some big announcements today. You got Bandai officially acknowledging the fact this game is popular, that people actually want to play, and we've got a ton of cards being thrown out at the moment. They did a dump at like 12:30, I'm trying to say, the 30th of January, and they did another big dump on, big dump, at like 3 o'clock on Saturday. So yep, I'm super behind, but I mean, if you didn't know, me and my partner have just had our second child, so we've been busy ourselves. He's currently asleep behind me. Shh. But let's get on with the episode. Digimon Tamers, we have become aware that a number of retailers have posted that we are not reprinting version 1.0 or version 1.5 booster boxes. However, reprints of both versions are currently underway to meet demands. This reprint will be made available to distributors at the end of February. Shipping schedules globally continue to be impacted by COVID-19, so we recommend stores work with their distributors representatives for updates on the reprint's availability. We continue to work effectively with our distributors worldwide to monitor and asset market demand, and will reprint to meet the demand if required. We are working very hard to take care of the growing Digimon community in the midst of the pandemic impacting production and freight logistics. We are going to be announcing a big campaign for stores and players starting from February, so please stay tuned for details. Thank you for your kind understanding on this issue and ongoing support. We sincerely apologise for the mixed messages you've received from some retailers. Now, this is fantastic news, as technically they stated they weren't doing reprints originally, because Bandai as a rule doesn't reprint things, they print to demand. So they'll send all their stuff out 6 months in advance and say, hey, who's interested in XYZ? Oh, you want 50,000 XYZ? We'll print 50,000 XYZ. Now, they obviously didn't think that people would be interested in Digimon as much as they are, but is this because they're getting backlash from stores such as Target going 2 weeks early? But at the same time, I think it's great that they actually are looking at supporting this game from the front. There's quite a few cards still from set 1, 2 and 3 that are really good in set 6 still. So I look forward to this. And moving on from this, Premium Pack 1 isn't as desperately sought after as it was before, so they actually might be found again on market. Super Aggraman. Play cost 4. Digivolve cost 2. 4000 DP. Level 4. Inherited effect. Your turn. While this Digimon is level 7, it gains security +1. This Digimon checks 1 additional security card. This, to me, looks like a great card. I think this is something that people are going to use obviously for Ragnarokmon. It could be used as a weird tech for something like maybe Omega Alta. I don't think it'll ever be used instead of like Greymon though. Greymon and Agumon cards that obviously have the, if an Agumon card or a Greymon is in this line of inherited effects, it gains XYZ. They're normally far superior, but as a secondary card, say like maybe you do want to do a Ragnarokmon set, I think this would be a really good card. Plasma Stick. Play cost 4. Main. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. Hi, Omnimon. Security effect. Activate this card's main effect. Yeah, so this was a BT-free card basically to target. For the most part, Omnimon. Omnimon is still a big issue even today in the Gala game. It's not as bad as it was obviously up to BT3, but it's still impactful enough as it is. Volcano Flare. Play cost 3. Main. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. Security. Activate this card's main effect. It's a one target version of Volcano Dramon's on play effect. So yeah, it's not as good, but I personally think that that card is just fantastic on its own. It is a common. If you don't get the playset plus per box, then I don't think we ever will. But yeah, that card's a staple in Red for a long time at least. A Delicate Plan. Play cost 1. Main. One of your Digimon gains. This Digimon doesn't activate the security effects of any cards in checks for the next turn. Security. Add this card to your hand. I really like this. I think the artwork is fantastic, but what do you guys think? I love this card in all fairness. Aggraman. Play cost 5. Digivolve cost 2. 3000 DP. Level 4. Inherited effect. When attacking, bash the top Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. Yeah, this is really good. Especially, like I said, like anything that stops someone doing their massive plays. Fantastic. But the issue you got the same with the last card is the Garurumon cards of blue are so amazing that you probably wouldn't put one of these in anyway. But I can see people liking Aggraman. I know people like Gomon Online. So there's a great chance that you will see some of these maybe as a for fun deck, but I like the inherited effect and it's really good. Death Parade Blaster. Playcost 3. Main. Trash up to 2 Digivolution cards from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if you have a green Digimon in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards. Security. Activate this card's main effect. So if you haven't seen, like, this is a blue-green card, the actual Palgermain is a blue-green card, which makes sense why this asks for a green Digimon. In all fairness, Davis and Ken both look like they've worked really well in a green-blue deck, so I think in the future, especially now that we're getting double Tamer cards, blue-green could be a really good deck. Octane Blizzard. Playcost 2. Main. Choose one Digivolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. Trash it, then one of your Digimon gets 2000 DB for the turn. Security. Add this card to your hand. It's okay. I think it's nice. Could help at one point just to boost a little bit into the play, but I don't really think it's going to be too powerful. The Ray of Victory. Playcost 5. Main. Return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to their hand. Trash all of the Digivolution cards of that Digimon. Then, if you have a blue Tamer in play, unsuspend one of your Digimon. Security. Add this card to your hand. Playcost is a little bit high, but I could see this being used maybe as a 1 or 2 of just in a deck, just as an out to something in the future. It's really awkward because blue likes to have a lot of memory recursion as their option cards. We'll see down the line. It could be useful. Aggraman. Playcost 4. Digivolve cost 2. 3000 DP. Level 4. Inherited effect. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. This is perfectly yellow thing. Yellow likes to reduce your DP or messing with their security stack, so this is perfectly in nature with what yellow likes to do. Wonderful card. Lightning Paw, or I think in the Japanese version, Nico Punch. Playcost 3. Main. Up to 3 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon get minus 4 DP for the turn. Security. Activate this card's main effect. Yeah, I like this one actually. I think it's good. I think it's well costed. It's free for free of level 3 Digimon. Get 4000 DP for the turn. If you have no DP, you get destroyed. So this is a yellow's way of looking at maybe getting rid of Rookie Rush to a degree. So I think this is a good card. I think it's got a good effect. I think it's well costed. So yeah, I wouldn't say no to someone playing maybe 2 of these in a yellow deck if that's what they want to try and do, just to reduce Rookie Rush while Rookie Rush is still a thing. While it's still a thing. Glorious Burst. Playcost at 9. Reduce the memory cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each yellow Tamer you have in play. Main. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 12,000 DP for the turn. No security effect. In all fairness, this is hella high costed. I could have seen the security effect maybe just add this to the hand, just sort of how high it is costed. I don't think yellow's playing like 8 Tamers in the deck. I think they might just be playing, is it 2 TKs maybe? Something maybe for the future. A lot of this stuff can be held for a while. We are getting more stuff. We are getting double Tamers as we see now. Maybe you want to play 4 Tamers, maybe you want to play 5 Tamers in the future. So we need to think about set rotation yet, even if we ever do. So cards today could be awful and then are enhanced by tomorrow's effects. So we shall see down the line. Biofrost. Playcost 3. Main. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP and security attack minus 1. This Digimon checks 1 fewer security card until the end of your opponent's next turn. Security. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP and security attack minus 1. This Digimon checks 1 fewer security card for the turn. I could see this being one of those. I like it for it's on the security stack. I don't like it as much as I like Lightning Punch, but I think this has a place in yellow. It's useful, in all fairness, if the person who's attacking only has security attack 1 or security attack 0. Basically, they don't hit the stack, so yeah, so that being useful. Eden's Javelin. Playcost 6. Main. Trigger. Draw 1. Draw 1 card from your deck. Then, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for each card in your hand for the turn. Security. Activate this card's main effect. Again, I see this being more of a you hope it's on the stack. Remember, yellow has a fantastic way of just putting cards onto the stack constantly. I see this basically, hey look, I only want like 10, 15 monsters in my deck. The rest of it can be security cards as long as I can get access to those cards that let me continually put cards on my stack. I see it's been a good card in yellow. I'm not saying I'm going to use it myself, but I see it being useful. Aggraman. Playcost 8. Digivolve cost 3. 6000 DP. Level 5. Digisorption minus 3. When one of your Digimon digivolves into this card from your hand, you may suspend 1 of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 3. Inherited effect. When attacking, you may play 1 level 3 green Digimon from your hand, suspend, without paying its memory cost. I like the effects. I like both the Digisorption effect and I like the inherited effect on this. They're both really, really good, but that's down to you guys. Positron Laser. Playcost 6. Main. Up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if you have a blue Digimon in play, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to their hand. Trash all of these Digimon's Digivolution cards. Security. Up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon can't attack for the turn. Then, if you have a blue Digimon in play, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand. Trash all other Digivolution cards. Again, as we said earlier, Palgermain, which is the pre-evolve form of this, wants to play green. This is green, it wants to play blue. As I said, there's a good chance we'll see a lot of synergy between green and blue if you want to play like a weird Stingmon Vmon deck. But to Jugos, I think this is a really good card, but just when we start finding colours that like to swing into each other, that's when we're going to find like the perfect place for these cards. Puppet Pummel. Playcost 3. Main. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, one of your Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for the turn. No security bonus. It's costed at 3. I think it's pretty good in all fairness, but I don't know if you'd actually see play, as there are better options for green coming up. Hidden potential discovered. Playcost 0. Main. If one of your green Digimon would Digivolve this turn, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of this Digivolution by 5. Security. Add this card to your hand. I think this is like the best green card so far. I think this is going to be probably one of the most underrated green cards for a long time. Reducing the Digivolution cost by 5 for suspending one of your Digimon is fantastic. Green likes to go big and go tall. Like, there's not a chance that you won't see this in play. And if you're like me, you're going to buy a booster box of this stuff, you're going to get hopefully a playset of this per opening of a box. So yeah, hold on to these. I think these are really good. I think green's going to start looking really good as of this set, and then they just get better and better for next foreseeable future. Set 4 brings Chaosmon. Skullmaramon. Playcost 5. Digivolution cost 2. 6000 DP. Level 5. Vanilla. Nothing really to say about him. He's not that strong. He's cheap, and that's probably about it really. Personally, he's a cool looking card, but I don't really think you'd be using him in any deck really. Purple looks to trash things, so maybe if you just want it for fodder for your trash, so you can get something out when you sacrifice a card and let you play a level 5 or lower for free, or maybe 6000 DP or less. Bodies on the fields are bodies on the fields. Clockamon. Play cost 5. Digivolve cost 2. 5000 DP. Level 4. Inherited effect. Opponent's turn. This Digimon gets 1000 DP. Like, you know how I feel about the big black blocking deck? I think these cards are fantastic because you're going to block and it's going to be like, oh, well, I can swing over you because I've got 13, you've got 12. Next thing you know, well, actually, I have like plus 3000. I'm actually a 15 body. Boom, you've just destroyed your opponent because they weren't paying attention. Personally speaking, I really like that black has this on opponent's turn, so catch people off guard. It's a common, you'll see it quite often, but it's up to you if you want to play something like this. I think it's really cool. Maybe if you haven't got something in that champion slot you'd like to fill, I think Clockman could fill it. And that's it from me, guys. Sorry this one's a bit late, as you're probably well aware now. Little one's here, the burrito baby is here to stay. Hope you guys are all okay. Content's probably going to be very quiet for a little bit in terms of like how fast it comes out. I know I was trying to get things out within the first 6 to 12 hours. But now it might be every other day. So, hope you guys are well. Peace out. My year started off great, so hopefully you guys will carry on being good as well. Goodbye.